Welcome back to Calmsden. You join me as we are barrowing our way down to field 37, which is the sheep pasture. So before we get into it, gonna get unfolded here. Before we get into it, if you have not already, please do hit that subscribe button. It really helps this little community to grow. So following on from the previous episode, the race is on big time to get this grass work completed, and we have 4 fields to cover. Now, why, you might ask? Well, the crop planting window is shrinking on us, and fast, and we haven't even started planting yet. So this is quite a distraction for this time of year. Now, the strategy, of course, is to cut some early grass, get fertilizing really quickly so that we guarantee ourselves at least one more harvest this season. Ideally, if we can build up our reserves of grass and hay, we might actually get to a point where we can sell some. We might actually get beyond the point of what we need to keep the animals fed. That's the plan anyway. So we need to test out field 31 and 35 because we're going to be making hay bales in these 2 fields, which is basically the sheep pasture and the pig pasture. We're going to be making hay bales in both of those, and we'll use them to feed the sheep that we're going to get purchased in the next little while, probably in the next couple of episodes. I probably won't harvest this field again. This is probably the one opportunity we'll get to do it before we purchase the sheep. So it's going to crack on here, and we'll meet in the second field. Okay, both fields done. I won't put anybody through a time lapse of those 2 fields. Nice quick job, really easy. Tedder made nice light work of it, and so did the Deutz. Now you'll see my big grass field away in front of us. We're not tedding that out. We're going to keep that for grass silage. So probably in the next episode we're going to get our hands on a silage wagon. One way or another we're going to get our hands on one. We'll either purchase one or lease one. I'm not sure what we'll do just yet. Depends on the cost. And we'll probably bring that field and the little small one beside the cow yard. We'll probably bring those 2 fields into the silage pit right beside the cow yard. So that'll be exciting. That'll be fun just to get the silage pit up and running for the first time. So if I can navigate my way through here without too many issues. We're going to get back to the yard, and we need to do a bit of wheeling and dealing. We need to get our hands on a rake, and I think we're going to purchase one. Okay, I'm going to drop the rake here, and let's have a look at what we can purchase. Let's pull in here for a second. Ouch! I forgot to hit the record button, so I didn't capture that. Well, the strategy was simple. It was more tactical than strategic. I sold the straw chopper in order to buy a cheaper one, in order to free up some money to put a dent in the price of a new rake. So that means we've 2 things to collect. Let's get down to the dealership. Okay, here we are. So there is our new rake and our new straw chopper. So that straw chopper came in a lot cheaper. It came in about 6,000 cheaper than I sold the old one for. So that put a nice little dent in the price of the new rake. So there's no time to be methodical here. We're just going to pick it up nice and quick. This tractor does have front linkage, which is nice and handy for jobs like this. We're just going to pop it on the front just for the sake of bringing it back to the yard. And then we'll continue about our business with the rake. Okay, all hooked up. All good? Yep. I'm interested to see what the visibility will be like from inside the cab. This thing on the front linkage. There we go. Limited, to say the least. Okay, let's see if we can get out to the yard without any accidents. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that will be out of the way. I'm not quite sure. Should be okay. So let's get turned here and get down to the first 2 fields. We've got to do the... We've got all 4 fields actually to row up, one of which is away to our left there, which will be in grass. But we'll probably do the 3 fields up at the other yard first. Okay, we're here. We are moving at serious pace here. So we're getting a lot done in this episode. Just gonna drop this down here. Okay. And we are away. Okay, we'll just cover this corner nice and slowly. And away we go. Okay, all good. So once we get this either baled or the other 2 fields brought into the silage pit, we're going to need to stimulate the growth again pretty quickly. Anyone who's dabbled with this before, of course, will know that once you cut the grass, what's left automatically has a 50% fertilization percentage. Now you can boost that to 100 in one of 2 ways. You can either fertilize it again to bring it up to 100%, or you can mulch it, or sorry, a third way, you can use a grass roller as well. Now I'm thinking we might use a grass roller simply because the fertilizer is really expensive and we're not exactly wealthy here. Fertilizer is really expensive, but the rolling then equally just takes a long time because you're not covering so much ground, all that much ground at any one time. Biggest roller I'm guessing is maybe 6 meters wide. We don't have time to be messing around, so I think what I'll do is I'll probably lease a roller in the next episode. We'll try and get as much done as possible, get that percentage boosted up to 100, and after the first field we'll see if it's worth our while to continue or whether we'll just fertilize. So what we'll do is we'll crack on here and we'll do a quick time lapse. Okay, we are done. We're done. So that's the second field done. That is the pig pasture complete, and we have the sheep pasture complete as well. So I'm looking forward to figuring out. I know the pig pasture it's kind of sparse, the grass in here, so the yield isn't amazing. But the sheep field is quite big. I'm looking forward to finding out how many hay bales we get out of there. Hopefully it's a year's worth of hay to keep some sheep on the go, because we will be buying sheep very, very soon. So let's see if we can get in this gateway. Okay, we're in. And of course, again, a reminder, we'll be making grass silage out of this field. So what we'll do is we'll get our hands on a silage wagon or a forage wagon. In the next episode, we'll either purchase or lease, so to see what the cost is like. And again, I think before the time lapse, I was talking about fertilizing versus running a field, a grass roller. Now the grass roller, it's a really cheap way of getting your fertilization percentage up. I think it gets the fertilization up to 100%, but it doesn't get the yield bonus to 100%. So I'm going to have to make a decision about that. I'm going to have to do some mental math, relive my arithmetic days, figure out what's actually going to work out better there. I don't know what way I'm going to sway on it, simply because we know the grass roller is the cheaper option, but we just don't have the time. So I'll need to think about what a worker might cost us as well. So this field shouldn't take us all that long, I'm hoping. So what we might do is we might do a quick time lapse and catch up in a bit. Okay, we're done. We are done with this field. We only have one left. So this has actually been nice and quick. It's a good rake. I did think about this rake quite a lot last season, and we leased it on the basis that it would take a number of years to get our money back, because it was quite cheap to lease it. But now that we're doing a lot more grass work this season, and I think that is the strategy, to do lots of it this season, it just makes sense to actually purchase it outright. So it is a good looking machine. I'm glad to have it. Glad to have it on the farm. So I don't like taking that gateway all in one go. It's a little bit tight, but we're okay. So the next field is the field down by the little small one we bought last year. I think it's field 11? Not sure. Yeah, it's field 11. I'm sure it'll be a very quick swoop around to get that done. Also, still an open decision on what crops we're going to plant. I feel kind of bad, by the way, that we have 2 tractors up the yard doing nothing, and we are under pressure to get the planting done. I just don't like paying out so much for workers, so we'll have to figure that out. Okay, we're done. We are done. Nearly. Ooh, this has been a busy day so far. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind getting all the tedding done and all the rowing done. So I think at the end of this field we'll wrap up this episode. In the next episode, I have been known to change my mind, but in the next episode I suspect we'll be getting our hands on a loading wagon. Again, I don't know if we're going to purchase or lease. We'll have to find out. We're going to get the grass into the pit at the cow farm. We're going to roll it and cover it. So it should be something a little bit different to what we've been doing so far. I am looking forward to it. So we'll leave it here for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.